Well, as a singer, Celeste Kellogg has opened for a number of big names, including Miley Cyrus, Kelly Clarkson, and LeAnn Rimes. But now she's making a name for herself.
A fresh voice in country music these days is that of Celeste Kellogg. A CMA recording artist, she'll release an album in 2024 and currently has 2 singles on the Nashville charts. Celeste started singing early with her parents, then in church, and at age 12 landed in a Disney pop group. Now with an established career, Celeste looks forward to reaching a wider audience with both her strong voice and strong faith.
All right, well, please welcome to the 700 Club for the very first time, Celeste Kellogg. Celeste, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure. Okay, so it honestly seems like you were born to do this. How long have you been performing and singing?
I've been singing and dancing as long as I can remember. There's plenty of home videos that we might not want to see. But I started singing in church when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Goodness.
And it was my favorite night of the week, Wednesday nights, when we had church rehearsal, and then Sunday, obviously. I loved it. I grew up with music all around. Yeah,
so the piece said that you were actually singing with your parents. Are your parents musical as well?
Yes, my mom was a dancer, and my dad is a singer.
Okay.
So my dad was singing me to sleep instead of telling me stories when I was a little girl.
My gosh.
So I grew up with music.
Yes, and it's in your blood.
Yes.
It's in your blood.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so you were actually a part of a Disney Kids pop group.
Yes.
I was just telling you, I was like, I probably saw you on the Disney Channel at some
know.
point. What was that experience like? How did you even get that gig?
It was crazy. So I was checking Radio Disney's website, because at the time here in Hampton Roads, we actually had a local Radio Disney station.
Yes.
So they were holding auditions for a local pop group that would open for any major Disney artist that would come in. So we got to open for Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers and Raven and so many others that came into town that year. Our first show was at the Mattress USA, and the mics were feeding back. But the next one was at a sold-out arena at the Ted Constance Center, and it was just culture shock. I guess, from one to the next, but it was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, you had a pretty big offer come to the table. It was a screen test for the show Glee, and I know that was very popular when I was in high school, middle school, even beyond, but you actually turned that down. Why did you say no?
I mean, I went through like 7 rounds of auditions and callbacks and sending in videotapes and everything, and it came down to me and one other person, and I really thought hard about it. I prayed about it. And I was also getting ready to go on an anti-bullying school tour where I would go into different schools and sing to kids and talk about my experiences with bullying, and just, it's a very positive situation. So I spent all night literally praying on my porch, like, which direction do I go? And I felt led to go to the anti-bullying school tour, and through that we've gotten word back that that we saved a lot of lives on that tour, myself and the other artists that were on there, and I felt like that's where I was supposed to go.
Well, you make it important for you to make sure that your faith is expressed through your music.
Yes.
Has that been tough to do?
It has. so in the music industry and a lot of industries, it's not necessarily the norm to be very faith prominent. Like one of my first singles, the one that charted on radio, I had the word God in the song, and somebody was like, that's never going to make it to radio if you put God's name in there. I was like, well, then I guess it's not going to make it to radio because I'm keeping his name in there. But I've struggled a lot in where do I necessarily fit in, because I'm walking a smaller path, than others that might not be walking the same path. And I was praying about it. I always pray about it when I'm walking my dog in the morning. And the Bible verse, do not conform to the patterns of this world, popped in my head. I hadn't thought that for years. And I got confirmation the next day on a podcast, and the following day after that at church, the pastor preached on that verse. And I've not heard it since. And I was like, okay, God. I need to continue to be myself and the girl that you made me.
Yeah, well, how have you been able to stay grounded and so steadfast in not conforming to the patterns of this world? What grounds you?
I grew up in a really great, strong family atmosphere. Me, my mom and dad, the 3 of us, super tight. My mom prayed before I was ever born. She's like, I just want her to know Jesus. And I feel like, the prayers of your mother.
Amen.
Always,
come on, yes.
I know you know, right?
I do, yeah.
So I feel like just that solid foundation. I was in church every weekend up through the age of 12 until I really started traveling a lot. But that's just that foundation there. It was built strong. I mean, there's been times where I'm like, okay, I've lost it a little bit, but I always came back because that's where my heart was rooted.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also have heard that you like to watch the 700 Club.
I
gotta mention that. I gotta mention that.
I feel like I messaged you on Instagram. I was like, I love listening to you.
Oh my gosh.
And like just hearing the positivity, it makes my day, honestly. Yes.
And that's so encouraging for us, I know for sure.
Yes.
Well, you actually have 2 singles on the Nashville charts right now.
Yep.
What are those songs? And then also tell us about your up and coming album.
Okay, so There's a Beach Somewhere charted on the Music Row Country Radio Airplay charts, which was amazing.
That is so cool.
Country Swagger, the one that has God's name in it.
Come
and I was
on,
like, yes, you know what? I knew it. Anyways, but I've just been super proud of the success of those songs, and I'm working on a new album called Back in Boots, My Journey, that's going to kind of talk about my whole musical journey, like from day one up until now.
I love that.
And I'm just really excited. That's coming out in April of next year.
That's so awesome. And you also have a Christmas song out.
I do.
Okay, what is the Christmas song?
It's called Save a Dance for Me This Christmas. CMT's featuring it actually right now, and it's in Walmarts nationwide. They're playing it. I have no idea how that happened.
So cool. And you write your own music, right?
Yes, I do.
That is absolutely incredible.
Thank
you also, today, guys, it's a treat. She's actually going to perform for us live. You're going to be singing Remember Me, which is a song by Alabama. Why is that song so special for you? It's actually a Christmas song, right?
Yes, it is a Christmas song, but it really touches on, you know, you get kind of lost in the holidays and the festivities with family and friends, which is great, but it kind of centers you back, like, remember what this is all about. And that means a lot to me. I remember the first, 5 times I heard it, I just cried. So
oh my gosh.
I've sung it enough now that I won't cry today, hopefully. But it's a beautiful song.
That's
and
awesome.
it's just what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last question for you, Celeste. If some young individuals or just individuals of all ages are watching and they really, you know, feel a tug in their heart to do music as a career or just a dream in their hearts, but they're intimidated by that, what word of encouragement would you give them?
I would just say follow that dream. And you have to work hard. It does take a lot of sacrifice, whether it's music or whatever you're doing. But if there's a passion there, I mean, I truly feel like if it's something that you've felt since you were a kid, that's something God put in your heart and laid on your heart. And I just stay true to yourself. You know, don't get lost in it. Stay true, stay grounded to your morals, but just do what you love and follow that dream, because it'll get you somewhere.
Yes, and amen to all that. Celeste, thank you so much.